Good afternoon. A big question in front of everyone. Why does now people don't take as a profession data collection? What barrier and hurdles a youngster has to take up this opportunity or take a profession of data collection as to earn their bread and butter? Uh, the main issue after working for so many years, which I have realized or I have gathered from my colleagues, friends, or some industries expert that there is a lack of education across India on the research aspect. Research, they think it happens only into the laboratory where chemicals are used, where much complicated equipments are used. A common person is like they are aware of a field, engineering, medical, accounts. So this also need to be identified by Government of India, and it should be uh, taken into the new education policy. It has when we tell about or discuss on new education policy, it has many entrepreneur courses or entrepreneurial education for the society and for the children to take up after education to take up their uh, career like management, other foreign languages they have introduced, which are not compulsory but same time they are optional for a student to select in their course. So we should also have data collection as our curriculum in education policy. So from beginning, one should know ki how important, what is the role, and how it can be improved. Though we teach market research to our students, that too in only in once they enrolled in the masters in business administration MBA. But before that, I don't think so. People are much aware, and once people will get aware, then obviously they will be have a opportunity or avail the different line as they are selecting engineering, doctorate, or medical, telecommunication. So same thing they should accept in the researchers. After getting involved into the entrepreneurship, which I realized, people are more focusing on making money. They don't want to make the talent. As a entrepreneur society, I should or we should get into um, creating more talent into the industry, which we don't currently find. Again, as an entrepreneur, I am not the, we are not or I am not getting the interested person to start his career into the research. Once a person, that's the inner sound, he has to be into the industry, he has to learn into the industry, then that can be managed. Before that, it cannot. Because what people think कि जॉब करनी है, they only have a mindset job करनी है. Because in so many interviews, when I have asked the candidate कि why should I keep you, so they have a single line answer कि sir हमें तो job करनी. But they are least bothered to know कि in which company they are working, what is the core activity of the company, what is their role and responsibility into the company, because the mindset itself is job cutting. So it's always better to understand and have a deep learning into the industry in the initial stage. So you will have a long run, stable and long run to work into any industry, not only research, any industry. So I will request the newcomers or the people who are thinking or have recently joined to the research or data collection, they should have patience, mindset of learning new technology, new technique, new like AI will be great help for the researchers. So they should also focus to get new learning and new technology into the industry. So they can also perform better with the industry. This this is the main area where people need a huge improvement. Key they should know ki why they are getting the job, what is the role and responsibility during the job, and how they have to perform. As an entrepreneur, I can create the stage, but I can create the artist, but I cannot create the play. I have the play, I have the stage, I have the artist, but script also I have. You can say performance. I don't have to perform. People have. Everybody has a different responsibilities, have job responsibilities. If you start working on your responsibility and roles, life will be easier. You will not have so ego clashes. This all happens due to non-clarity of the roles and responsibility. It could be like what I have to do and what I have not to. This should be very much clear to me before taking up any assignment. And learning also has a capability. If I'm not able to gather or understand the sampling of the research, then obviously data is not going to be correct. Before doing a data collection, everybody involved into the research very clearly know or understand the sampling process of the research. At any level point during the research, if they have any doubt, it directly come to the sampling, whether the sampling was correct, the respondent selection was correct, whether the SEC was correct, whether the gender was correct, whether the selection of age bracket was correct. So if we do right sampling, then we will have very less question on the quality of the data. Again, there should be a some benchmark or time which need to be declared for data collection. Like we are always allowed by the client like 15 days, 2 weeks, 7 days for X number of sample sets. What happens? People never calculate the productivity and the sample size and the time given or allotted to a data collector. Client sitting at the client and people thinks he once person reaches in the field, if it takes 10 minutes to the questionnaire, if he will work 8 hours in 1 hour, he will do 6 interviews because 10 minutes is a one 6 into 8 productivity will be that. But same time, we should also explain to the client that not time should be calculated right from reaching into the field by and leaving of the field. Meantime, a data collector has to create a platform, has create a rapport with the area, rapport with the people, and awareness. And the person should be aware if he has to do a random sampling, what is the starting point, how he has to select the starting point of the research, data collection. So at any given point, or if it is a track job, then starting ending address has to be maintained. This all has to be explained to the client. It's not the time calculated for the data collection. It's the time which has to be involved or devoted by a data collector into the field that should also be calculated and reimbursed to him. Normally, as an entrepreneur, neither we or our clients they calculate that time period when we calculate a data collector mandate. That's the biggest lack in the our costing, or you can say in calculation of the mandate. If any agency claims we have done 2000 mandates in a quarterly or in a 6 month or in a year, I afraid what is the basis of calculation of the mandate they are carrying? Is just an Excel file or that calculation has some basis by going into the field, by collecting data? What is the basis of the calculation? None of them will be able to clarify that. It's the same thing which happens in the rally of newspapers. For example, Times of India has a X number of readers. Then Indian Express claims, no, I have some X number of. But at the end of the day, when production is being in their press, they are very well aware of how much is the production and how much is the return and how much is their readership available in the market. But unnecessarily, they are sitting on the horse and every 15 days or 3 months, they start a race of fighting of the readership. The same thing happens in the research also. Every big client, agency thinks they do more number of mandates. We fail to understand that when we have only X number of people into the industry, that he is working for me also and he is working for him also. Well, how is mandate calculated twice or double in a day? We cannot do that. How Okay, then in that case, our economy will be get questioned. If anybody is getting getting counted as a double or triple, then he should be getting getting monetary benefit also like that. That is not reflected in our any of the economics research of the India. So it is not very much. It is very much responsibility of the agencies, researchers, at least get good number of people into the industry, so there is no overlapping. You can say he the same person. He goes into the morning for some other agency for do a household study, and in second half again he is doing any industrial survey with any of the agency for MSME. He once the person will go for a household study or if he goes for a industrial survey, we can very well understand that dressing sense itself would be a huge gap for a person to understand the respective domain in which he is going to collect the data. So when both the domains are different, how the same person can go with the same opinions for both the interviews? That's if, that's only is the questionable. Then how the data collected by him will be not questionable. So this all are point. Again, we will be meeting to discuss few new technology and points to understand what all has to be electrified and connected into the industry to understand the data collection system better. Thank you.